Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. So today's video we're going to be talking about the slightly tough week we've had here, especially for Copper and with Copper. And yeah, basically give a Copper update and tell you guys what's been happening this week. So everyone, let's start off. It's been a bit of a rough week in some ways. So a lot of the videos that went up during this last week were filmed the Sunday before, because when we woke up on Monday, Copper had went to the toilet in her cage, which was sort of unusual for her, but we thought not really much of it at the time. And then I went out to work. I come home for my breakfast around 9:30, and Copper was just vomiting everywhere in the house. Quite extreme vomiting, and she also had very watery number twos. So it was a little bit concerning enough that we did decide to take Copper to the vet. She was feeling quite down, obviously after getting rid of the entire contents of her stomach and then some, because she was really retching up bile and things like that. So we took Copper into the vets. So yeah, we were seen by the vets, and Copper has been eating something that she shouldn't have been, which is really, it's my fault really. Just not watching her close enough, and she's obviously managed to eat something that she shouldn't be eating, and she had a gastrointestinal upset and some inflammation. So she got a jag for that to help calm down her guts and the inflammation and things like that, and prescribed a sort of medicine in the form of a tube, a sort of meat paste, which supports healthy gut activity and also hardens stool a little bit to try and dry that up as well. And she seemed to be getting better, especially towards the sort of end of the night. She seemed to be doing much better. She was also prescribed a bland diet of just rice and plain chicken for a few days, and yeah, she seemed to be getting better. At the end of the day, she was actually getting better. On through the next day, she was continuing to get better. No sickness. Her diarrhea was drying up. Which leads us on to the Thursday, which was, of course, that was Cole's birthday. And in the morning, we had a little flare up again of the intestinal, what did I call it? Gastrointestinal upset. Nothing too violent, not like it was before, but definitely a little bit of regression. And again, I think it was just she maybe ate slightly too much the night before. I was speaking to the vet about this, and they think it probably was just she had a meal that was slightly larger than she had been getting the previous few nights, and with the upset stomach, her stomach will have shrunk a little bit. So I probably gave her just a little bit too big of a meal, and that caused a little bit of regression on that. And then about halfway through the Thursday, Copper's eyes went funny, and I'll show you some pictures up now and some video of that. So anything like that with the eyes is really concerning. So 2 different size pupils is really concerning. So we took her to the vets again. So second trip to the vets. So it was explained to us that there's many different ways that a puppy's eyes can get like that. Some more serious and some not so much. But yeah, basically the serious ones could be problems with the eye or the blood flow to the eye itself, and brain problems can also cause pupils to dilate in such a way or lose control of the dilations of their pupils. However, the vet thinks, and talking to the vet, we think as well, the simplest answer is most likely the right one. She has no other symptoms with it. So yeah, basically the blood vessel which goes to the nerve which controls the pupils in a dog's eye goes down the back of the spine. It goes right round their shoulder and then back to their eye. So a lot of people would assume that it comes from the brain and into the eye, but actually it takes all this route round. And Copper was roughhousing with Kate that morning, and the most simple explanation for it is Kate's probably pulled her too hard, or they've been roughhousing and landed on her. Whatever it may have happened, it's more likely that Copper has injured either her neck or her shoulder, and that has swollen up a little bit, enough to compress that blood vessel just enough that it was stopping the eye from redilating. And yeah, it was gone after a couple of hours basically, and yeah, that was pretty much it. So we just have to be vigilant now about more signs of it being either eye problems, even though she did get a full vision check when I took her to the vets that day, and her vision was completely fine. But obviously it's really important that sheepdogs do have good vision. If she has any major problems with her eyesight, then she won't make it as a sheepdog. And then we also have to be vigilant for any signs that it could be something to do with the brain. So maybe her behaviour, drastic changes in her behaviour, or her motor skills, we'll have to be vigilant for them. But it's now been 2 days since that, and it's never happened again. There's no more signs of anything else there, no more symptoms anyway. And yeah, she's basically been kept away from Kate for the last few days too. So because if it is an injury, we want that to heal properly. The unfortunate thing is it has put a stop to training, but fortunately Copper has been fine. She's been in high spirits the whole time. So guys, here she is. Even through the gastrointestinal upset, here, come on, get yourself on camera. She's been full of beans. Even while she was sick, she was still in quite high spirits. She was never flat. She was never so sick that she wasn't wanting to play, or she had an appetite the whole time. So that was really good, and she's doing fine. Like I say, it's kind of put a stop to training, so Copper hasn't done any obedience training this week at all. We had progressed on quite far with the training, so we were at the point where we were stringing commands together. So we were stringing around 4 commands together at a time. And I'll show you that in a video now. That'll do. Here. Copper. That'll do. That'll do. Sit. Lie down. Stay. That'll do. Lie down. Lie down. That'll do. Good gal. Copper. Sit. Lie down. Good gal. Stay. That'll do. Lie down. Lie down. That'll do. That'll do. Lie down. Lie down. That'll do. Good girl. Of Copper's training, you'll have seen that we were sort of just doing one command at a time. So we've progressed on now to where we were basically stringing 3 to 4 commands together, and then, you know, give them the treat. So stringing a few commands together was a step up from doing singular commands, and the next step there would have been training in different environments. So we would have probably done some obedience training outside in the gardens, possibly with one of the other dogs out, so adding stimulus, and that obviously never happened. What we are going to do at the end of this video, because it's been getting pretty long, and I kind of had you guys in suspense for a lot of this video, what we're going to do quickly is we're going to see Copper's going to do our first training session in a week tonight, and yeah, we're going to start her with try to see how much she's remembered, see if she's still able to string those commands together, and see if we need to work on that a bit more again before we move on and practice in some more, I guess you would say, stimulus rich environments. Lie down, lie down, lie down, lie down, sit, lie down, sit, lie down, stay, lie down, stay. Dudley. Lie down, stay. Dudley. Good girl. Good girl. Well done, good girl. Come on. Sit. Lie down. Good girl. Stay. Sit. Lie down. Good girl. Stay. Lie down. Dudley. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Dudley. Sit. Lie down. Dudley, good girl. Oh, you're a bit too quick on the draw, but I've already said good girl. Yeah, come on. Come on. Sit. No, too early. Back. Come on. Sit. Lie down. Stay. Dudley. Almost too early again, huh? Go on, sit, lie down, stay. Dudley. Good girl. So there we go. It seems Copper has actually retained a lot of that, and we probably, you saw a little bit of struggle with the lie down and the first bit of there, but I mean, that was the first goal we've did in a week. So I'm actually impressed with how much she's retained of that, and yeah, I think we can move on to the next step. So the next video will be, it'll probably be in 2 weeks time, and we might have a lot of stuff in that, because we're going to be moving on in a few different ways in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's all going to be in the next video. We're probably going to see a really big progression in the next video. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping to see. There's no guarantees there. But yeah, that'll do it, and we'll see you in the next one.